Ladies and gentlemen, this is Necessary Pursuit Season 4, and we are back with our season opener with none other than Miss Veronica Foxx of Tampa Bay. Miss Veronica, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Shane McCabe. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Thanks for being a guest on the show.
Thank you.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been 4 seasons in the making,
It has been 4 seasons.
The anticipation.
You've been there for the B-roll. You've been there for the wardrobe. You've been there for the in-home studio setups, the mixing of cocktails when we need them during our little break times of different recordings and different goings-on that we've had with Necessary Pursuit over 4 seasons, over 3 seasons thus far. Now we're starting 4. Been there for the Best of the Bay.
Yes.
Best of the Bay Award winner. You yourself are also a Best of the Bay Award winner for Best Rag Entertainer. Thank you very much. Best Podcast. Where are you from?
I am from
dive
my
right
mother.
into it. Okay, from your mother.
Which we are from.
But tell the audience, like, I know, obviously I know the answer to some of these questions.
Yeah.
But Pensacola.
Yeah.
Did you ever do drag in Pensacola?
Yes and no. So
Okay.
I was born and raised in Pensacola, Florida. I am a theater kid. I was in dance and voice lessons and music and theater since I could speak and I could walk. So that's been my background for my entire life. And I never wanted to do drag. I never planned on doing drag. I never thought about doing drag ever. Theater was my drag. And I think there's like 1 or 2 times in Pensacola where at the big theater that I've taken you to before, every year they have this massive cabaret. And there was one year a performer dropped out, and it was me, Destiny, who you know, and Joseph, who you know, and we're all in one of our dorms, and somebody calls me, they're like, hey, can you come put on a wig and do a number? And I was like, I was like, I guess so.
Yeah.
And we were in the middle of a run of Rocky Horror Picture Show, so I had like a full costume I could just use at my disposal. And we got in the car, and Destiny painted my face in the car by the light of the back seat. And we got to the theater, and I did my first drag show. And then I think I did it one more time, and that was it. Like, never wanted to do drag. And I was like, oh, this is just like whatever. And I've always loved drag. But then when COVID happened and theater was shut down and any sort of in-person communication, in-person arts or any sort of art form was shut down, I was kind of at an impasse and like, what do you do? You know, and I remember telling you, I was like, I have to do something creative. And I took you to your first drag show.
You did.
And I sat there and I was
some
like,
incredible local performers that are now part of our lives.
We did. And I remember thinking to myself, I said, I could do this. I said, I know how to do makeup somewhat. Not to this extent now, but I was like, I know how to do makeup. I can put together a look and I can dance and I can perform. And so I tried it and it's just kind of stuck since then.
What's your favorite part about, I guess, comparing the two worlds of theater acting, right, where you're from, you've done forever and always, which you still kind of dabble in. You've done some local theater productions and some choreography for different groups. What's the biggest difference between both? Or is there not a huge difference?
Honestly, they're so synonymous, and I think people do not forget, but I don't think they realize how synonymous they are. Because theater, in a sense, we're putting on makeup, we're putting on a costume, we're portraying a character for 2 hours and however long the show may be, which is the same thing for drag. You're putting on a wig, you're putting on makeup, you're putting on a persona. And in reality, if you're doing it correctly, you're telling a story through that 3-minute song. You're taking the audience on a journey. So for me, there isn't necessarily a difference. It's one and the same in a very beautiful way. It's like walking into an art gallery. It's like we can paint the same image, but yours may look a little different, but it's still going to be art. It's still going to be the same sort of, visual media.
You enjoy doing drag in the Tampa Bay area?
Hate it so much.
Worst thing in the world.
No, I love it.
I mean, you're booked and busy. I see what you go through at home. Obviously, for those of you that don't know, we do happen to live together because we are husband and husband.
He's welcome.
But I do see what you go through in order to get into this, right?
Yeah.
The Veronica Foxx image, the Veronica Foxx spectacle, all the things that become once you're in full drag. And it's a lot of work. I mean, you technically work from home, right?
Yeah.
My full-time career job, professional job is working from home as well when I'm not traveling. So we are in the house quite a bit together, and I see the work that you put into it. I see the work that you put into each individual show and each individual aspect of those shows, right down to timing and you know, who's doing what part of this show and who's doing what part of that show, and you're really invested in it. So I know a lot of people that do drag, and I know a lot of people that do it similar to how you are, the perfectionist way, and that to me is like the only way to do it if you're going to excel.
Thank you. That's just ingrained in me. Like you know me very well.
Yeah.
And I'm a person, if I'm going to do it, we're going to do it the whole way. We're not going to do it, you know, the half-assed way, if you will.
And even though I live with you, I'm still that person in the audience that thinks, wow, that looks so easy. Like they could just get up there and do that. I could do that, but obviously not everybody can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about drag, like other than showing up and drinking a cocktail at the bar and enjoying the show or enjoying my beverage with friends while the show is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I try to stay out of it. As you know, I really have no involvement in it. Thank God, because that would probably screw everything up.
You take great videos. I will say that.
I do take great videos.
You take great videos.
I will pat myself on the back for that because I really enjoy videography, even though I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Where do you see in this very political climate that we are currently in, what are your feelings on that? Currently, we have a lot of bans, a lot of things that we can and cannot do. We've got some shows that you're currently involved in that we're finding out are being either postponed or maybe not happening because of certain towns that have certain rules. Any particular feeling about that? Because I know how I feel about it.
I think it all comes from ignorance. I think it all comes from people being scared of things that they don't know and don't want to understand. If people were ever to open their mind and give things a shot, you know, you don't have to like it at the end of the day. Nobody says at the end of this, you're going to like it, you're going to love it. But if you give it a shot, you'll respect it and you'll understand what's happening. So then there's more tolerance.
Right.
You know, without that grace being given to anybody, without that chance being given or extended, you know, it's not fair. And I think it's quite frankly very silly, you know, how people are trying to pass laws and ban things just to have control over something that they see as or claim to be radical or claim to be against the norm, you know?
Well, it could also become, like how I see that, what you're talking about is people going against the norm or people thinking that their leader is always 100% correct, which in fact we've learned history always shows that your leader is not always 100% correct. It's just, you can't just follow the leader and expect things to get done. Things can become unhinged very quickly.
Yeah.
If people just think, oh, well, Veronica said that it's cool to do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And then if everybody follows that lead, I'm not saying things that you do are wrong, but if everybody follows that lead and then down the road shit hits the fan or, you know, something comes out of that isn't exactly the popular opinion, things become a little bit unhinged and the gravel starts to come up from the road a little bit and you can't quite get across that road anymore. It's a scary time though.
It is.
It's your profession.
It is. And I've never been happier to be in a time like this doing what I do, because there have been so many people before you and I, before our entire community and generation that have done this work before, and they've done it with less resources. They've done it when they're scared. They've done it in times when it was darker than what it is now. So now it's my turn. Yeah. Like I've never been happier. I forgot who I was telling this to, but I was like, I've never been happier to be a Black queer drag queen in the South doing what I do, because it gives people permission to be themselves and it gives people permission to be free and to continue living that way. And in this community, I'm very fortunate and blessed to work in almost every single space, not just queer spaces, but also very straight spaces and places like the Hard Rock. And I always say it's, for me, I'm not doing it for me, and for an outside perspective, it may seem selfish. Oh, she has this amazing show. But I'm doing it so that other people who look like me and look like you and look like them can walk into that building and feel safe. And people don't bat an eyelash because they've gotten used to me, because I've endured it for you, you know?
And one thing I like that you do at your shows, and again, we don't always talk about this, so it's different that we're talking about it now, is in your shows, you will always ask, because you have multiple shows. You've got the Hard Rock Brunch, which is quarterly, right?
Yeah.
Usually like the last Sunday of the quarter, somewhere in that ballpark. Next one is June
21st, 11 a.m.
This episode may be out before that. If not, we'll cut this out. June 21st, 11 a.m. But you do the Hard Rock Brunch. You do the Drag Me to 1920 Drag Brunch on Ybor, 7th Avenue in Ybor. You do multiple drag bingos, one of which is also at the Hard Rock, one of which is a Common Dialect. Blur bingo, right, over in Dunedin.
When did your
You
research?
do the King of Peace Church. That's usually quarterly, right? In Largo for a couple years now. You've been doing that.
Yeah.
Gay Men's Chorus of Tampa Bay. You always raise money for that organization. You do a lot of different things. And for someone just to say, well, like, well, drag is against the law, you know, like, well, really it's not, you know what I mean? Like, and you can't just impose those infringe on your rights to do those things now because they don't like the way things look. So it's scary, but it's also, I'm happy that you still do it. I'm happy that you're still involved in it. And the one thing that you always say when you show you like show of hands in your shows, you say, how many of you are first timers here? And I'm always floored by the amount of people that raise their hand because you have 300 people in the Hard Rock Cafe once a quarter and you do your brunch there. And I will sit typically in the same kind of seat. I might know some people that they might save me a seat. I don't know. But I try and sit in the same seat. And I always do like a pan around when you do that. And I am floored by the amount of hands that go up. And I'm like, holy shit, like these people are still invested. It's a brand new crowd this time. We still have the, you know, you see your regulars and I sit next to people that I see every month when I'm there, every quarter when I'm there. But there's always like a massive table of 20 people for a bridal party. Or there's just people that happen to be staying in the hotel that come down for brunch in the morning. And they're not afraid. So, I mean, it's really not that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And people also don't understand what drag does and that drag is more than a self-gratuitous thing. You know, at times, for us, it is a job, but there are times like when I do these bingos, it's for charity and people don't think twice about it. And those charities help people, you know, those charities help people find homes. They help animals. They help, like, for example, I did a Hurricane Helene relief one that helped rehouse people that lost their homes, you know, but those are things that the government doesn't often do or have time to do.
So, well, they don't highlight that either.
Yeah.
They highlight the negative stuff.
Correct.
They highlight this, that, and everything in between, but they don't say, oh, wow, well, Veronica Foxx just raised X amount of dollars, or she was at the toy drive for Christmas time with the Toys for Tots at Bradley's on 7th, or if somebody's in need or they're having a health crisis that is in the drag community, they go out and raise thousands of dollars for that individual. Maybe can't perform for a couple of months or for a longer period of time based off their health needs. They don't highlight those things. They highlight the negative things.
Because it's easier to do so.
Easier to do, yeah. Misery loves company, and then it's trickle down the comments on Facebook. It's a lot of fun to read sometimes, actually. What would you say is like the highlight so far of both careers? So you've had a professional career of acting where you act, sing, dance, choreograph, coach, all the things. But then you also do this professionally now as a drag queen, a female impersonator. So what would you say are your highlights?
My highlights are Morphe and MAC and a little bit of e.l.f. Cosmetics.
There you go. These answers were not rehearsed.
No. I would say for theater, my highlight was successfully working like straight out of college. Even in college, I've always been a person who's chasing a goal and chasing a contract. And I got to a point where I never had to do that. Contracts came to me. So like right out of college, I had a job in New Orleans. And then out of New Orleans, I was there for a year and moved to South Florida. And out of there, I ended up moving to Tampa, which led me to you. And so I'd say a highlight was often letting my talent and my humility, I guess, speak for itself. And for drag, I would say, I don't know, being able to do this successfully, like being able to do this as a career, because 4 years ago when I started, I looked a lot different. And I didn't necessarily understand how everything fit together. I knew what each individual piece was, but I didn't get how they coincided. So now being able to work consistently Thursday through Sunday every single week is my biggest highlight, my biggest blessing, you know?
It makes sense though, like being able to do it consistently. It's like any job. Like if you don't work at something and you just try and jump back into it, you're going to have some missteps, but you actually do it. Sometimes you're doing it 5-6 days a week. Or if you're doing it 4 days a week, you have 3 shows in one day and you're running around from city to city and you're driving all over the place, which is usually when I stay home. But no, I mean,
but I love that. That's like that sort of adrenaline, and that hustle. That makes me so happy. Like at the end of the day, like having 3 shows in one day, I'm like, I did it. Like, I did the thing, and I didn't just do it. I did it well, you know?
What would a dream be for yours in the world of drag? someone to perform with, something to do, somewhere to go, a stage to be on?
RuPaul's Drag Race, of course, is the easy one. It's the attainable one because I'm very much in the mindset of I don't have to win. I will win. I don't have to win, but I just need a crack in the door. I need somebody to give me one single shot because that's all I need. You give me a crack in the door, I'm kicking it open with my size 14 heels, you know?
Amen.
Because that's all anybody ever needs. Sometimes people just need a chance. And I know for a fact, once I get that chance, it's game over.
It's over.
Shut it down. You know, I've always been a person that's kind of shied away from the spotlight, even though we live in the spotlight. And I'm just not in that mindset anymore. Like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it.
How about in the acting world?
In the acting world,
if you were to go back and do some type of theater contractual.
Number one would be Kinky Boots. I've always wanted.
Oh yeah, you've talked about that before.
That story is just very parallel with my life and my family, and not always being accepted and not always fitting in, but leaning into your passion that much harder, and then linking things that you know from your past with who you are now. Then there's also the really gay things like a chorus line and Cats, because I'm a dancer and that's just always been the dream, is to be in those shows. But I would love to play a role named Cassie in a chorus line, which is a female role.
Oh.
Because her whole plight is just give me a shot. She has a song called The Music in the Mirror, and it's all I need is the music in the mirror and the chance to dance for you. And once I get that chance, it's over, you know? And that's the whole song. That's the whole premise. She's like, she fights the entire show to get the audition. And then when she gets it,
it just ends?
No, they give it to her.
Oh, I thought you meant like the show ended. I was like, well, that's a waste of time.
No, she dies. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a waste of time.
No, when she gets it, it's like the audience is on their feet screaming, you know, because they see her.
And what show was this?
It's called A Chorus Line.
Oh, I've seen the chorus line. A chorus line. I told you this story.
What year was this you saw it?
I don't know. It was my first time ever going to a Broadway show.
The fact that you saw this on Broadway and you're so casual about it is
I don't even.
With the revival cast, mind you.
I couldn't even tell you what it was. Probably 2000.
It had to be 2007 or 8?
No. I started working for Laura Dennis in 2007. And then probably a year or two after.
So 2008.
Yeah.
That's when the revival
happened. We went to New York.
So you had
Magnolia Bakery. We do all the things. We go to the stores, and then they were like, let's get tickets to a show. I was like, I have no idea. I don't even know what Broadway is, but I'll go. Cool.
Yeah.
And they were like, whatever. They got in a line and got tickets. And
the fact that you probably saw Jessica Lee Golden,
I didn't even pay for my tickets. I was like,
Cassie,
even better.
Makes me upset with you.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Where's your gay card? What color is it?
We could talk about Housewives.
Who's she?
Or we could talk about Madonna's new album. I mean, we could talk about all the other gay things, but I just don't know anything about Broadway. I mean, I enjoy plays. We've talked about that before, but it needs to be more than just line reading and acting out on script what those lines are. I need to see like some musicality and some movement and some things happening on stage. Like we've seen.
So like a musical. We saw some Like It Hot.
Yeah, right. We've seen some musicals that I actually enjoy, and I want to go maybe see like Beetlejuice and the Michael Jackson Broadway show, and some type of revival of other shows that are no longer on Broadway full time, but they travel. So like we see ads at the Straz and different things like that. But
yeah,
I get a little bored.
I know you do.
I almost fell asleep. What was the one?
Some Like It Hot.
I almost fell asleep during some.
And that's
Like It
okay.
Hot.
You were in fact not hot at the time. You did not like it hot.
I didn't like it hot. So what do you make of Cher turning 80 years old today?
Listen, I think Cher is timeless. I don't believe that Cher is 80. I want to know who her doctors are, where I can find them.
Most of her body is not 80 years old, let's be honest.
Correct. And I need to know if they take payment plans.
Yeah.
Do they take layaway? Because I'm happy to start investing in my body, you know?
And what are you looking forward to this summer besides Madonna's new album, potentially a Beyonce new album?
That's rude. That was my answer.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm stealing your answers. Anything coming up professionally that we can look for you throughout the summer? Anything happening? We have St. Pete Pride is coming up.
Yeah. This summer, well, June, I'm booked, I think, Wednesday through Sunday of every single week. So you can catch me everywhere. I'll be posting about it. But in 2 weeks, I'm going to Illinois to be one of the special guest headliners for the Quad City Pride Alliance.
With Bentley.
Yeah,
right?
with Bentley Balenciaga from the Big Gay Cruise.
And Amy. Isn't Amy going?
Yeah, DJ Amy Alderman's going to be there too.
Amy Alderman, we love DJ Amy.
We do.
What's the Churchill
Chip.
Chip?
It's her book. Yeah.
I should have brought one.
You should have.
Amy, I'm so sorry. But if you don't know DJ Amy Alderman
yet,
but you will know who she is because she just published a children's book. I will share it on my socials. And oh my God, I'm so sorry. I should have brought the
called
book.
Churchill Chip.
Churchill Chip. It's a illustrated children's book with her dog, Chip, who is her rescued amazing animal. And
it's gone viral.
It has gone. This book is everywhere. They're in Germany, getting it published in Germany
Spain,
right now.
I think now.
And we met Amy. She DJ'd on the Big Gay Cruise out of Tampa last year.
And she'll be here in June, on June 13th, for the Studio 54 Winter Pride pool party at Cocktail.
So Amy is all over the place, but you'll see Amy at Quad City
Pride Alliance. So I'll be there June 5th and doing one show that night. I do 2 shows on June 6th, and I come back June 7th. And then I'll be
for a while. Then it's Pride. Then it's Tampa Pride.
Yeah,
then St. Pete Pride.
Yeah, I'm home the whole month of June, and then in August I go down to Port Charlotte. I do a benefit down there every year for Spread Spencer Sparkle, which you typically go to as well.
We're gonna have Dawn back on this season too.
Good.
We're gonna do a recap.
We love Dawn.
Of all of her years and all of the work they've done. This is the 5th year, right?
5th year, number 5. It's the All-Star year.
So Spread Spencer Sparkle, for those of you that don't know, you can go to spreadspencersparkle.com, or you can follow all of the socials, Spread Spencer Sparkle. Dawn Stevens, Spencer's mom. Spencer is a young man who passed away years ago, unfortunately, had a tragic car accident. But his family turned this crazy grief project, into this
beautiful.
I mean, they had to have raised a couple $100,000 at this point.
Easily.
Every time we go to these benefits, it's like 40 grand, 50 grand. And this is year 5. So they definitely have had a successful run. And this is their recap. It's July 26th or 7th. It's like one of the last Saturdays of the month, I think, right? It's down in Venice. This year it's in Venice.
In Venice, Florida, yeah.
So we're going to have Dawn back on and talk about that.
Good.
I talked to her and I was like, I just feel like there's so much more that we can promote and do it,
100%.
When are you going to tell your parents you do drag?
Who does drag? I don't do drag. I'm a woman.
Oh, okay.
I'm a woman.
The birth certificate says.
Listen, birth certificates can be copied. They can be forged. I have a PDF scanner. But allegedly, my father knows.
Oh.
But I don't know if he actually knows. That's just allegedly, And I think a great way to tell my parents would be just to invite them to the Hard Rock, because they do love the Hard Rock, on a day when I may potentially have a bingo. And give them tickets to the bingo, disappear for an hour, tell them I have to go do something for work, and then walk out on stage and let them see the massive marquee with my face on it.
Hopefully they're not fans of this podcast, or they'll have that.
If they're fans,
they'll have the spoiler ahead of time.
If they're fans of this podcast, they will know ahead of time. They will, they may in fact not come to the Hard Rock, but I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I think that once the timing is never right.
Right.
But you kind of always know when timing is not right, if that makes sense. It's never right.
When it feels good, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my parents were to ever bring it up, I would tell them in a heartbeat.
If they asked you directly?
If they were to ever ask or insinuate, I would drop it right then and there.
Sure do.
And I've gotten closer, like on the phone the other day to my mom. I was like, I'm planning a pool party.
Yeah.
In reality, it's for a massive function at a gay resort.
Right.
That my face is all over as a drag queen.
Right.
Beautiful woman, in fact. But yeah.
Switching gears, let's talk about Prismatic. So our friend Daphne Farrar, who was on season 3.
Yes.
Love Daphne. She runs so many different things, has so many irons and so many fires throughout the Tampa Bay,
twin tower.
Orlando. I mean, from here and all across the state, really, for Daphne and her successes. But she has a new show called Prismatic.
Yes.
I went and I talked about this during season 3 when I interviewed Daphne, and I've talked about it with the people from the show that were on cast with you in this show. I'm not a crier. Like, you can cut my leg off and I'll be like, well, better go to the hospital. Like, I'm not going to cry. I was crying during this performance, mainly because I got to see the joy that you have. And it was similar to an experience we've had when we've gone to theaters and you are like emotionally invested. And then I'm emotional because you're so emotionally invested. But I literally sat there with Mariah, our friend Mariah, and I was like, This is taking me out. Like this is crazy.
As it should.
But tell me about Prismatic.
The first time was for Winter Pride as like a little exposition at Free Fall Theater, and we sold out. And because it was on a Monday, mind you, and because it was so successful, this theater has now picked it up and wants to produce it again. So we're in an actual like massive theater space. And
I know I saw your pictures. I was like, yeah, it's crazy.
We've added Autumn V to the cast. They have their dancers in the show, and they also have some numbers that they do as well. And it is just a true spectacle of every single facet of the LGBTQIA plus flag and spectrum on a stage.
It's an incredible show.
It gives you, it's not like a history lesson, but it definitely like invites you on this journey to show you what pride and certain colors mean to us, you know, but also while making it very relevant for audience members in today's society.
No, I was not only moved by it, but the fact that like when I really got to meet and speak with Daphne, I was just floored by all that she does. And then she has the time to create this brand new production.
And she's writing another new show right now too.
I know.
So this will be her third. It'll be, her mind is a brilliant place to live in, and I'd be scared to be there, but I want to be there, you know?
Let's talk about what some of these local legends mean to you. Our Esme Russells, our Amy DeMilos, our Felicity Lanes, Corey Stevens, Darcel Stevens. What are these women, these ladies, these entertainers mean to you, and what have they done for you, I guess, professionally in terms of everything?
They've done everything from look at me sideways and tell me to straighten my wig, to add more color to my face, or to take something off and put something else on, to paving the way and encouraging me and sponsoring me for pageants and believing in me. I think among everything that they've done for me, believing in me is specifically the biggest thing that they've done for me. Darcel has spoken life into me. In the middle of a brunch, we were in the middle of a show in Orlando, Florida at Outpost, and she looks at me and she goes, "You're working too hard." And like, I'm a dancer, and like that was my first time there for that specific brunch, and so my leg was behind my head. I was tumbling, I was in the splits, rolling, like, and she's like, "You're working way too hard." She's like, "You're beautiful, and you don't have to do that much work." She goes, "Keep what you're doing, but dumb it down and rely on your beauty a little more." And that changed my entire existence. I was like, shit, I don't have to work hard. I can still do what I do, but I can also rely on the 2 hours of work that I've been putting in to do some.
You also make things look very effortless in a lot that you do.
Thank you.
Like,
I've gotten
you're good at 99.9% of the things you do.
0.9?
Right out the gate. Well, we don't want to give you too much credit.
Thank you.
But
no, I've gotten that since I was a kid. I don't know how I have a knack for making things look easy. I think I kind of know. It's a polishing. I have to always appear polished on the outside when inside it's like a little mouse on a hamster wheel just running for the cheese.
And we love cheese.
I do. Smoked Gouda.
I think that's really all I have. What else?
Put some nails on. I can't say put boobs on. I don't have mine on today. I have my natural meat. You're welcome. But put on some nails and some pads.
Yeah, put some nails on, ladies.
That's all I'll say. Oh, you don't know anything about drag, but you know that?
No, but I hear you saying that, and I hear people say that when they don't have nails on, or they don't have earrings on, or they don't have the right...
Yeah, it's just...
And it's not like critique. It's constructive criticism.
It takes me out of the fantasy.
It's what you used to hear from other people about yourself. Or you would...
I never not wear earrings.
No, but I'm saying like what you just talked about, how they were like, put a little color here, or do a little different, whatever. Like,
yeah.
It's constructive. So it's... Not everybody has a drag mother. Not everybody has a drag family. Some people are just coming into the game and they don't have the wherewithal to put it all together.
And that's where I'm at now. I kind of want a drag kid. I kind of know who I want. And I've been sitting on it for a moment, and I'm just going to keep sitting on it. Because if I can't sit on it, I'm going to sell it.
That's right.
Do you know that song?
No.
Of course. You're not gay. It's okay. No, but I'm waiting for, like I said, waiting for the right moment, like when I know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. So
let's do a little rapid fire.
Okay.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
You have to defend your answer.
So, Thanksgiving, because the food is much better and naps are built into that day. Christmas is a little bit, I feel like you're always like running on Christmas. You're going to this house, that house. Thanksgiving is like you're sitting in one place, eating, napping, eating a little more, napping again, you know. It feels much more homely to me than Christmas. Christmas is a little bit.
Thanksgiving is my favorite just because of the food.
Yeah. I feel that.
Madonna or Beyonce? Kind of like a tie, right?
Beyonce. Both.
Both.
For different reasons. Madonna because her 1985 Immaculate Collection made me gay. And Beyonce because she's just iconic right now, and I need Act 3 to come out.
I know. What's happening with that?
Do you think it's going to be rock and roll? Do you think it'll be Destiny's Child reboot?
I think it's going to be a little reboot.
A DC3 for the Act 3? I'm going to say it now. DC3 for Act 3.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it. Winter, spring, summer, or fall?
Winter, spring, summer, or fall.
I knew that was coming. That's why I asked.
Spring. Spring for sure. Summer, sometimes it's too hot. We live in Florida, so spring is a nice summer alternative with the heat, but not as hot.
Pensacola Beach or...
Period. Pensacola Beach.
What's your favorite thing about traveling to Pensacola? Besides the fact that your whole livelihood from K through what year has been there, but...
K through college, quite literally. Stopping at exit 283 after Jacksonville, going to the Busy Bee, getting an egg salad sandwich and a slice of pizza from that little random place inside. Yes. I love driving over the bridge into Pensacola. Most times I'm like not excited to go home until I get to the little bridge leading over from like Milton into Pensacola. Then I'm like, I'm home. And it's just nice to know every street corner, know where you're going, not have to GPS. And, you know, now having a spouse to take back, you're like, oh, look at this. Look at this.
It is fun. I love Pensacola.
I'm like, I peed on this corner when I was drunk. You know, I threw up in that Waffle House once upon a time. It's
where I met Lauren Mitchell.
Yes, the queen.
What is your favorite thing about traveling to Pennsylvania?
Not having to worry about anything because I don't know where anything is, so I don't have to drive. And I can drink a lot more. Least favorite thing, being bloated from drinking all the time.
Yes.
A lot of beer.
What's your favorite food there so far? Pizza,
Pickle
meals?
pizza from Sabatini's is top tier. The vodka sauce from Patrice Uric is also top tier.
Come on, shout out.
Listen, I'm still thinking about it 2 years later.
I know. So good.
I think the Middlesworth chips.
Middlesworth
chips. I don't know what flavor that.
Did you get them when we were just there?
No, I didn't. I don't want to fly with them. But the orange bag, are they barbecue or is it cheddar?
So it's barbecue. It's orange, brown, and like yellow.
But it's cheesy.
No, they just look cheesy. They're like the color of this chair, but they're like a burnt barbecue flavor.
Gross.
And
they're so good.
I'm sorry, they have like a burnt barbecue color, not a burnt flavor. It's a very sweet, tangy barbecue style chip.
Yes.
But then the orange bag, which is actually this color, is like their kettle barbecue. Two totally different chips. The other one's more of a yellow color. The kettle one is more of like a brownish burnt color. That's my personal favorite, and I could eat probably 2 full bags.
So rapid fire for you, kettle cooked or classic?
Kettle.
Why?
I like a crunch, a better crunch. You know I like things burnt.
I know you do. How's the roof of your mouth?
It's okay. I never have any complaints.
Like I saw.
At least the dentist doesn't have any complaints.
I'm calling you dentist.
Bay Cosmetic. Shout out. Neptune Ave, Neptune Street in South Tampa. I'm happy you're on the podcast. It's been a long time
coming. It's been a long time coming. I've been very patient. Very happy to be here. Very
have
excited.
You've been on one podcast before, right?
I was on
our friends David and Paul.
I did the Skittle Squad podcast when they first launched.
I remember going with you to the studio.
Yeah. You were there for that.
They made me sit in the green room.
Listen, you were green at the time.
They're still bitter over there at the Skittle Squad. I don't know. I don't want to say anything.
I'm a neutral party, even though I'm biased and I'm here.
I know.
I'm still neutral.
We do love them. They have a great podcast and they're great people.
They're good people.
But that's the only other podcast you've done TV. What was the show you were on? Good Morning something, and you won some kind of TV competition.
Yeah, I was on was it WFLA, Miss Daytime TV.
And what's her name?
Fair and Hip.
Yes.
Fair and Hip. Sweetest little angel in the Heavenly Fair and Hip choir. She is so nice. Shout out to Fair and Hip. I did in high school, my television debut was on a segment on the news, Channel 3 WEAR with Sue Strawn.
Yeah.
It was called Angels in Our Midst. And every Friday they would choose like somebody from the community or somebody would get nominated that's like doing some really good work in the world and yada, yada, yada. And they chose me my junior year or my senior year because I worked with an autistic gentleman named King Richard, who was literally the most hysterical person because he was just very outspoken and he never really fully was able to express himself until it came to music. So I was his music helper for every chorus class and music class. And that was when he actually came alive and they did a little segment on me. And I ended up going from there to do a commercial for Toys for Tots.
So it led to something else, ultimately.
It did. So, you know, come down to Walmart today, donate your toys for Toys for Tots. My one-liner.
Your one-liner.
I also wore a rhinestone shirt. I was straight at the time. Rhinestone polo shirt, you know, just to stand out in the crowd.
Sure. Miss Veronica, where can people find you on socials? Where can people see you out this week? Well, not this week because this won't come out for a while, but.
Well, on socials, you can find me on Instagram at MISS Veronica Foxx with 2 X's because 3 is way too many. You can find me on Facebook under Veronica Foxx. In the upcoming weeks, I'm at Enigma St. Pete every single Thursday. I host Rising Thursdays there. We have 2 shows at 9:30 and 11. You can catch me.
You used to compete in.
I did that show a couple of times, yeah, and now I'm the host of it and run the show, which is
a lot of fun.
Beautiful full circle moment that I think about very often and do not take for granted. And then you can catch me every other Friday at Cocktail St. Pete in the Foreplay Friday shows. I'm on cast there as well. And you can find all of my performance information on Instagram, Facebook. I post it quite often.
Hard Rock once a quarter.
Yeah, Hard Rock
bingos.
Once a quarter. Bingos all the time. I'm actually going to a bingo tonight. Not for me, but for a friend to support, you know. And if you are so inclined and if you like the high seas,
yes,
you can go to thebiggaycruise.com. I'm on my 3rd contract with the Big Gay Cruise, and this one is leaving on September 18th out of Port Canaveral on the Adventure of the Seas for 8 nights on an Eastern Caribbean cruise. And I get to perform on that ship, and I'm doing some bingos. I'm doing a lot of stuff that I haven't told you about yet.
I will tell you, I was skeptical to go. I've never been on a cruise before, and that was your 2nd time going.
Mm-hmm.
You said, let's go. Come on with me. I said, fine, let's do it. It's a small boat. We went out of the Margaritaville boat here out of Tampa.
That one was a small boat, yeah.
Super tiny boat, but very easy to navigate.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't massive. It wasn't a royal boat. It wasn't a massive carnival boat or anything like that. It was a tiny boat, but it was good. And I was very skeptical because I didn't know, I guess, a lot of people that were going. And when you hear, oh, Big Gay Cruise, you're going to think, oh, it's going to be a continuous like circuit party and people are going to be falling over drunk everywhere and naked in the pool.
Literally.
Like you get all these like ideas of what it's going to be. And it was the exact opposite. It was literally like one big, massive, amazing family of people.
Literally.
We met Tom. I finally got to meet the owners of the Big Gay Cruise, and I got to see all the people that travel in that group and that circuit of people. And it was a blast. And we met some great friends. We met Kiki out of there. We've met all these different people out of that group that now we see all the time, and we follow them on socials and FaceTime them and all the things.
It's literally a big family, and that's the thing, like I was saying earlier, when people give something a shot, you know, they really get to see what it's about.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was just such a good time to go and check out. It's like, it was different than a normal vacation. I've never been on a cruise before, and cruises sometimes you can get a little claustrophobic, whatever. I didn't even feel that way on a boat, on that specific boat.
And that
always an activity. You guys there was trivias and bingos and
parties on land.
Themed parties, which is normal for a cruise ship, but theirs were just a little bit more elevated because they had a magician in the middle of it and the different things that I just wasn't used to, I guess. It was a lot of fun. And your next one is in September?
September 18th out of Port Canaveral, biggaycruise.com or DM me and I'll get you connected.
Yeah, it's a blast.
And I think we have a special right now. I'm not sure, but.
Yeah, and watch for the deals. Like we even had to book our own at one point something.
To do an upgrade,
upgrades and stuff like that. You get buy one deals and get one this and all the stuff in between. But
and Alice Marie Grip will be with me.
Alice Marie Grip, yes. Alice
we are roommates, shipmates.
Alice Maria.
Alice Maria, my sister.
Well, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm so excited to kick off the season with you, and maybe we'll have you back. We'll do like a little roundup at the end of the season. Now that you've been here, you know what it's all about.
You heard it here first, folks. I might be able to come back. And I'm very proud of you. You've come a long way in your personal journey, seeing you start at the kitchen table with the laptop, slamming it closed, wanting to give up, to being here now in a studio with an amazing professional surrounding situation.
It's a
You
lot
are
of
doing
fun.
really great work. And
Well, thanks.
I want to implore you in front of the world to keep running, even when it's hard, to keep running, because you're doing so good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. He's not that nice to me at home, folks.
You're welcome.
Well, thanks for being here. Enjoy the rest of your night.
I will.
And thanks for stopping in.
Thank you.